The Bank of the Lao PDR, or BOL, has issued guidelines on new credit policies in support of government efforts to assist hard-up clients of commercial banks and other financial institutions. In the newly issued guidelines, BOL advises commercial banks and financial institutions to postpone debt payments on both the capital and interest on loans issued in the consumer products category. In the newly issued guidelines, Bank of Laos advises commercial banks and financial institutions to postpone debt payment on both the capital and interest on loans issued in the consumer product category. The suspension of payments will run for 3 months from May until July. The central bank has also stated that leasing companies and pawn shops will have to suspend the payment of installments for another 3 months, and pawn shops are required to allow another 3 months for customers' redemption from May to July. Those who qualify for postponed payments are people who are not getting paid because of the pandemic, with their circumstances be certified by their employer. Bank customers who are dependent on the money they earn from a business operation but are affected by the pandemic will also be considered based on their financial circumstances and mutual conditions. The implementation of the agreements will be monitored by the Bank of Laos Commercial Bank Management and Financial Institutions Supervision Departments. The two departments are required to submit implementation reports to the governor of the Bank of the Lao PDR every month. Meanwhile, commercial banks and other financial institutions are required to inform their customers about the implementation of these agreements through the bank's websites or other channels. At the same time, banks and financial institutions will report to the two departments about their policy implementation in the second week of each month using the agreed forms. The agreement is set to come into effect since it was signed and sealed on May 13, 2021. Most of the policies on credit provided by banks and other financial institutions refer to changes in interest rates, suspension of debt payments in relation to both capital and interest, and other banking policies. The Bank of Laos, on behalf of the government, hopes that these policies will provide relief for the people who find themselves in strained circumstances because of the pandemic. During the COVID-19 pandemic, large numbers of people have been unable to go to work, and many company and factory employees have been asked to stay at home. This means people are unable to earn a regular income and pay their debts to banks and other financial institutions after banks initially paid leasing companies for their purchase of household items.